Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel, Juliet McNeil. So today is time for Take 5 Art. So it's always a fun day and I always can't wait to see what all the girls have done. So these are our prompts from Anna, and it is Distress Stain, Add a Ribbon, India ink or any black ink, I'll be going with any black ink, dots, and texture paste. So those are our 5 prompts. Now me and ribbon don't really get on, plus I couldn't really stitch this on camera, so I've already done it off camera. And the other thing I've done is I've actually embossed my paper with some embossing folders from Crafter's Companion, just to add another extra little bit of texture. So I've already done that off camera, because I would have had to sort of come on and explain what I was doing and then go off camera again, and it seemed a bit pointless, so I've already done that. Now, have to admit, this is take 2. I started playing earlier today and it just was not happening, and I absolutely hate what I ended up with, so I will rescue it at some point, but seeing as take 5 is tomorrow, today is not the day for that. So I think I want to keep it quite light and pretty. So this is, I don't have many distress stains actually, I've got 3. So this is worn lipstick, so I am just going to put a little bit of that down just to colour my background slightly and to bring up some of that texture. And then I'm actually going to lift quite a lot of that colour off as well, because I think I quite like it delicate and pretty. Oops, it's lifted a bit more off than I intended, but that's okay, we can put it back down. Okay, put it back down. Let me see if I can get a brush. I've just realised I've not taken my water back up with me, which was a bit clever, so yeah, I'm going to move it with my brush this time rather than with a spray bottle. I will have to at some point get there with the spray. Okay. Oops. Okay, and I think I am going to leave it at that because I actually want to keep it. I think it's highlighted a little bit of the texture. We're beginning to see some of that embossing because of the colour, but I actually want to keep it quite pale. Or maybe I'm just trying to emphasise just those corners. But yeah, I don't want to overdo it. And as I said, I've already had a play, and I was playing for on, and take 5's tomorrow, so I want to keep it simple because I think that's where my brain's at. And yeah, I don't want to get too carried away, so I'll do that. Now, the next thing I thought I would do is we can play with some texture paste. I'll be back in a second. So I have got myself some modelling paste, and I'm just going to pop 2 blobs of that onto some film that I've got there. Sorry, it's a bit glary, but that's kind of all I've got at the minute. And I have got some pigment powders. So this is Luscious Indigo Blue Rose, and I'm going to put a little bit of this powder, and I'm just going to mix it into this side of the paste here. Now obviously the paste is white, so we are going to take down the colour of that a little bit, so it's not going to stay quite as vibrant because we're mixing it up into white. If you want the colour to stay true as it is in the pot, then obviously try mixing it with a clear gesso. And then I am going to take some, again, pigment powder, and I've got Lawn. This is a lovely colour here. Now normally, yeah, maybe I should, I'll just give the palette knife a little bit of a wipe, and I'm just going to get a bit of the pigment powder here, and let's put that in there, because I always do the same thing with my texture paste, so I thought I would mix it up, and rather than sort of do lots of colouring to the background, maybe we'll introduce our colour with our texture. Okay, so my page is just still a tiny bit damp, so I'm just going to blast that with a heat gun. Okay, so So that's dried off a little, so I'm now going to take a circle stencil. So now we're going to do the circles and the texture. And I'm trying to decide what bit to do first. I think I'll do this bit first in one. Okay, so I am going to take a little bit of the pink, and let's just, and I don't mind that my colours are merging a little bit, and that's okay, because I'm kind of wanting them to blend anyway. I'm going to take some green and go over the same bits. Oops. It's actually probably quite good to put them on at the same time. Oops. Right. And I'm just going to put them on. Whoops. Connection with the camera is lost. I'm just going to finish doing this because if I take my hand off, it's not going to work, but we'll see what will happen. We'll see if it's there when I come to editing. Okay, I was still recording. I've made a little bit of a mess with the background there, but that's okay. It was because I had it on the ribbon, so it wasn't exactly flat. So that just looks like a wee splodge of it now. So I'm going to try and bring a little bit more of that down the side of this page. And let's see if we can go for some more of that pink. That in. It is quite uneven, but don't forget I have embossed my background underneath so that even the background that it's going onto is different levels. So it is going to happen. We're not going to get a perfect look, but that's okay. We will make it work. Okay, and then I am just going to put a few on this side as well. I'm going to pick up some of that pink. And then we've got the green as well. As I said, it's not going down overly well because of the embossing, but I think it'll be okay. Okay. There we go. So there are our dots. I think I might just put a few here as well. Let's just, we'll pick up whatever we've got here. It doesn't matter if the colours merge. Actually, these two colours make the most lovely slate grey when they're mixed, so that'll be fine. Okay. Right, so now to let that to dry. Okay, so I'm liking this much better than I liked the last project. I may show you the project one day, because it'll be one of those things where it's like how to fix something you don't like. It just wasn't the day for fixing it today, and that's okay. So it'll not go to waste, it'll go in a file and I'll do something with it at some point. So I'm just going to, oops, it's not quite dry, obviously. Okay, still not perfectly dry, but a bit better than when I was trying before. So I'm just going to knock that back with gesso a bit, just a bit dry brushing. Actually, that's bringing out the texture from the embossing folder. I think these ones up here might move because they were a bit thicker. I'm just going to, as I said, knock that back. I'm going to add a bit of gesso to my ribbon there because that's ended up looking darker than I wanted it to, because it's caught the distress stains and some of the bits and pieces. So we're just going to knock this back so that it blends in. We've got a nice soft finish. Oops. And I'll do the same here as well. As I said, I'm definitely liking this one better. So we're kind of there almost with regards to the prompts. I think we've just got the black ink to do, because we've got the ribbon and the dots and the texture paste. So all good. Not that bit quite a lot actually, because it didn't really turn out that bit. That's fine. So I'll give that quite a big, there you go. We'll give that quite a lot of gesso. So yeah, I've just got touches of colour coming through. Okay. So I'm just sort of brushing over it all lightly to pick up the texture of the embossing folders. So now we'll get some bits and pieces to try and embellish the page. Actually, I've decided first I'm going to play with a new toy. So this is Magic Micas from is it John Next Door, craft artist. So I thought I would have a little play with these. Just to again try and bring out some of that texture. So these supposedly blend absolutely, I mean they looked absolutely magic when I saw them on the TV box, but whether they're the same in reality I don't know. So yeah, they seem to be alright actually. I've got, and you're able to sort of dip them in different colours and they don't contaminate each other, but that's definitely bringing out the I can see the embossing from that, which is good. Just catching the edges of that, so I think that's quite nice. The only thing that I do find a little bit disappointing with this is that the colours seem to be quite samey. I mean, that's all loads of pinks there. And between the two sets that I bought, there's not a true yellow, and I like to have I like to have at least a good quality primary colour. You know, I like to have a good cyan blue and a good magenta and a nice bright yellow, because I think from that you can then mix everything else that you want yourself. I mean, there's that many colours that you can do it, but I do think it's missing a decent yellow. Okay, that has actually really brought out my texture quite nicely. What I also might do is just, let's get some of that colour around the edges of the project as well, just to frame it a little bit. But I'm going to be doing a lot more work with MDF in the future. I'll tell you more about that again, but I saw these work on MDF brilliantly, so I decided I needed them. I'm not doing much craft spending at the minute because, as I said, I am kind of saving my pennies to bring out my own product line. So yeah, I'm trying to do that at the minute, but I decided that these were a need. Okay, so because I've got the greens there, I'm just going to see what we've got in this palette. So we do have that sort of teal. So I'm just going to maybe bring some of that in, just so that those dots don't look quite so random. But yeah, I'm liking it because this is really, actually that teal and the pink together is making that nice sort of slate grey that I was talking about, that I was trying to do with the, what do you call it, the pigment powders. Okay, so what's really cool about these is I can now go from that, I'll show you, to the white. Oops, and I have not contaminated that white, it's still really clean, and that's because I'm a messy crafter. That appealed. I saw that and thought, ooh. Right, okay, so much for my nice crisp white thing with touches of colour. That's kind of gone by the wayside. Right, what I have also done is I have stamped out some of these flowers. This is a Kanban flower. It's a stamp that I have had forever. I've stamped it out with Memento, and yeah, I was just going to use that as an embellishment. I'm just trying to see where my little plastic mat thing went. Oh, I'll just use the back of this be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of the distress stain onto a mat there, and grab myself a little brush, and we will, I just want to put a very, very, very light touch of the pink into the flowers. So I'm really kind of putting it darker in the centre and sort of drawing it out. I want it to look sort of like colour tinted as opposed to I've sat and properly coloured it. And again, it's just another way of using the distress stain, seeing as that was one of the prompts. So I've got that. Oops. Okay. And then I'll maybe have one for this side. Again, just putting it on that bit there. And I think we'll have that go there. Okay. I've stuck my roses down. Now we are going to be introducing black because we've got the black drawing ink to bring into the equation. So I do have a little bit of black up there. I've had to resort to my sticky dots. It's years since I've used these things, but my glue has well and truly given up, so I'm going to have to order some more. I'm going to stick that down there. And then I've got these little flowers here, which I'm just going to chop that down a bit so I can tuck that a bit lower, under the ribbon. Okay, and then, I am going to edge my page in black, and then we'll add the splatters and then see how it's looking, whether that's tied it together enough, or whether, see, I did have these sort of washes to put bits down. Don't know whether to do that. Just to sort of pull the page together at the minute. I mean, there's a lot of texture, but it's also just looking a little bit nondescript as well. So maybe if we just put a few, yeah, I like. Let's bring in the black in. We definitely need to be bringing the black in, especially as we're going to be, as I said, doing some splatters in a second with our black ink. That was one of the prompts. So I'm thinking of the rule of threes here and making sure that I am bringing the eye round and through. So we've got a triangle where we're making the eye sort of work round there. Right, so we've also got some of this pink stuff, which can maybe add a few extra little elements of interest. Yeah, I feel like it's built up a few more layers now, so I'm glad I did that actually. It was kind of sitting there and I was thinking, do I, don't I? Right, so I'm glad I did. Right, now I'm going to grab a black pen and let's just edge our page. Again, it really helps to draw the eye in and to look at what's going on. Now, edging this is going to be a little bit tricky because we have the fact it's gone through an embossing folder, and the fact that we have texture paste on the edges, and the fact that I've stitched a ribbon and the ribbon goes right to the edge. So we just need to be a little bit careful. Now I think I want to direct my splatters. I want to be quite specific as to where they are going to go. Okay, so I've covered quite a lot of the area. I'm also going to do this with a brush. I've been doing it with the end of the spray thing the past few times I've done it, and I have ended up with massive splatters, which is fine, but it wasn't really something I was wanting when I was doing that. I was like, I could have done with them being a bit smaller. Right, so I'm also going to tap it against another brush, because I always find if I do it like that the splatters are slightly finer. So I'm going to give it a good splattering of them, because I've kind of masked off quite a lot, and then we'll see if that sort of directional splatter just across the middle looks good, or whether we need a few extra. Let's have a little see. It's quite good, but I think I do want some just up there a little bit. So we will add a few more just there. Let's see. So I've still got a few thicker ones, and that's fine. But it's, yeah, okay. I think that's looking okay-ish. Right. It definitely still needs more black, so I'm going to do a doodle Yeah, I'm just going to use a normal biro because I've destroyed that pen. Well, this one's not going to work either. There we go. So this isn't even a fancy art tool. This is just a black biro. I'm just going to use it just to create a bit of edging. I'm not going to be putting any more water or anything on this, so it doesn't really matter because it's not. It doesn't matter that it's not going to stay put once mediums go on top of it, because it wasn't going to happen anyway. Right, I'm feeling like we're needing a little bit extra. I'm just wondering whether to get a bit of gilding wax and put it over some of those areas. I think firstly what we're needing to do is to do a bit of shadowing around those feature areas, just to bring them out. They're a little bit lost. So I'm using an Inktense pencil. Actually, I don't want it too dark this time, so I am going to take a paintbrush, a wet paintbrush, and then just brush it against the nib, pull up a bit of colour, and then pop that around the edge. Now I will pop you on fast forward while I do this. Okay, so I ended up making that a lot darker than I thought I was going to. But actually I am much happier with it now. So all the things about me finishing off, yeah, that all went to pot because I ended up spraying water, which has kind of moved my splatters a little bit. But even with that, I am preferring how it looks now than before. It was just looking a bit too washed out before. But the contrast of that dark and light has made such a difference. So I'm still thinking that I might just try putting a little bit of gilding wax in some various places. So this gilding wax is from Pentart. It smells amazing. It's got like an orange oil in it. So I'm just going to try and pick up some of the embossed details that we've got, and it might work over here soon as I've sort of made the area a bit grey now. But hopefully that'll. So we've got lots of different things. We've got the mica powders and lots of different things that are there to sort of really emphasise that texture. And now we've got that sort of bit of metallic detail as well. And I might just put some down here, and then we've almost created a bit of a frame. And then I'm thinking now that I'm going to do some white splashes. So we've had the black ones. Yeah. Yep, let's go for a few white splashes, and then hopefully that should be us done. Let's see, so anyway. So this has proved to be a bit of a mission, but I much prefer this to... I was planning on recording 2 videos today. I have sort of recorded 2 videos, but one of them is not going to air. So there's still another one that I need to record ready for Saturday. But at least we have this one ready to go. So I'm going to put quite a generous amount of white splashes, especially as my black ones under there sort of bled a little bit. Just to give that quite a bit of a contrast, I think. Okay, so I think that is me finally done. Let me see, I've got my phone here. In between the recording that last little bit and now, I have sort of gone down and picked up my daughter from school, so that's why I was sort of slightly disorganised. So we had Distress Stain, which we've used, Add a Ribbon, India ink or black ink, and I've used black ink, dots which I've done, and texture paste. So that's the 5 prompts. Please do check out what all the lovely ladies have done. You will find links to their makes in the description box below, and don't forget this is open for everybody to join in. So if you would like to join us, please use the hashtag #Take5Art, and it means we can come and find you and find your beautiful makes as well. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I will be back again very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.